Welcome students. This question was asked in 2018 Dynamics of Machinery. That was question number 11, 410 mark question. So an electric motor weighing 100 kg is supported on isolator having a damping factor of 0.2. It runs at a speed of 1500 rpm, has a rotating unbalance of 10 kg centimeter. What should be the stiffness of isolator if the forces transmitted to the foundation is to be less than 10% of the unbalanced force? Before discussing the question portion, we can come to some theoretical idea. Discussion on forced vibration. Consider this spring mass system which is supported with a damping, having damping coefficient C, and excited with a harmonic force F is equal to F0 sin omega t. While writing the governing differential equation, we can say mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx is equal to the exciting force F0 sin omega t value. By writing as a standard governing equation, you can write down C by mx dot plus k by mx is equal to F0 by m sin omega t value, where omega is nothing but the circular frequency for excitation, harmonic excitation force. Since the governing equation is non-homogeneous, definitely the solution should possess both points. Two part. So x will be sum of complementary function as well as particular integral. From the free damped vibration, we have the complementary function will be nothing but x e raised to minus eta omega nt sin omega dt plus y. So that's a complementary function. Now come to the particular integral, we will get the value that f0 divided by k all divided by root of 1 minus omega by omega n square the whole square plus 2 eta omega by omega n the whole square value into sin omega t, where omega is nothing but the harmonic exciting frequency. While plotting the response, the first part, that complementary function part, will diminish eventually, but the excitation force, what is the excitation force, that will predominate. It will continue like this. So we can assume that the complementary function as the time lapse, it will die out. So then rest of the value, the solution value will be f0 divided by k divided by root of 1 minus omega by omega n square the whole square plus 2 eta omega by omega n the whole square value into sin omega t plus phi. Our question is based on the vibration due to rotation balance. We can discuss now. So this is a setup. There is a total mass m for the system. If there is some rotation unbalance due to this small mass which is rotating with an eccentricity about the axis of rotation with the angular velocity omega. So the centripetal force acting on the body, the system, that can be resolved into two components, one along horizontal, one along vertical. If the system is confined to move along the vertical direction only, we can resolve this centrifugal force along the vertical direction. That component along the vertical direction can be taken as me omega square sin theta. So in respect of in terms of omega, we can write like this: f is equal to me omega square sin omega t. So this is very similar to the previous case, that a system which is excited using a harmonic force with a amplitude me omega square value. Therefore, the governing differential equation we can write similar way: mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx is equal to me omega square sin omega t value. Therefore, we can get the solution. X will be the dynamic amplitude. We will get value f0. In terms of f0, we got me omega square. So me omega square divided by k all divided by root of 1 minus omega by omega n the whole square value plus 2 eta omega by omega n the whole square into sine omega t minus 5 value. So another topic from the rotation unbalance is that transmissibility. So transmissibility, actually the ratio of how much force is transmitted to the, what is the force applied, F0. Epsilon is defined as Ft divided by F0. For this particular problem, this mass is contacting with or communicating with the ground using a spring as well as a dashpot. Definitely the force, net force transmitted will be the vector sum of these two, that is spring force square plus the damper. So in detail I can say, since we take the vector sum, because here the spring force is related as kx, where the the force is proportional to the velocity. So therefore we can say velocity can be replaced with x dot. So there is a 90-degree phase lag between the spring force and the damper force transmitted. Therefore it is taken as a geometric addition, of the vector addition is we took for the force transmitted. If A is the amplitude, I can say the spring force can be taken as K into A, where K is the spring constant. Spring constant to maximum displacement gives the maximum spring force. Similarly, the force transmitted to the damper can be taken as C into velocity. So C into R omega is the velocity, where A is since the A is amplitude, we can say maximum force will be C omega A value. Therefore, the vector sum, the transmitted force become Ka in the whole square plus C omega A in the whole square value. We can check out that amplitude value A. So the rest of the value become K square plus C omega the whole square value. A is nothing but the dynamic amplitude, that is given by F0 divided by K root of 1 minus omega by omega n the square, the whole square plus 2 eta omega by omega n the whole square value in the root of K square plus C omega square value. Finally we get the expression like this. So transmissibility become Ft divided by F0, which is nothing but the rest of the value 1 plus 2 eta omega by omega n the whole square divided by root of 1 minus omega by omega n the whole square plus 2 eta omega by omega n the whole square value. So first of all, the given data we have to write down. The total weight, total mass of the system, that goes to 100 kilogram. Then speed of that rotating body, that is 1500 rpm. And damping factor, that is eta, is given as 0.2. Then rotating unbalance of 10 kilogram centimeter. So m into E, that quantity is given as 10 centimeter. So 10 kilogram into 10 raised to minus 2 kilogram meter in SI unit. So 0.1 kilogram meter. They state that the force transmitted to the foundation to be less than 10% of the unbalanced force. Definitely this F0 term that goes to m omega square, that term that can be taken as Ft divided by F0 into the right hand side, root of 1 plus 2 eta omega by omega n can be taken as a ratio R value. So I can say R the whole square divided by root of 1 minus R square the whole square plus 2 eta R the whole square value. So this term is 10%. So we can say this will be 1 by 10 root of 1 plus 2 eta R whole square divided by root of 1 minus R square whole square plus 2 eta R the whole square value. So by squaring on both sides, we can say 1 by 100 is equal to 1 plus 2 eta R the whole square divided by 1 minus R square the whole square plus 2 eta R square value. So by simplifying, you will get the answer R raised to 4 plus 400 is square 400 eta square minus 2 into r square minus 99 equal to 0. Substituting eta is equal to 0.2, you will get a final value like this: r raised to 4 plus 17.4 r square minus 99 goes to 0. So it's a quadratic equation of r square. So by solving this, you will get the r square is equal to some value. Then taking the square root of that quantity, you will get the answer r equal to 2.11. So r is nothing but the ratio of frequencies omega by omega n. Substituting that omega value, you can find out the omega n. So r is nothing but 2.11 is equal to omega. Omega is 2 pi n by 60. N is nothing but 1500 rpm divided by 60 divided by omega n. Therefore, omega n is equal to 2 pi 1500 divided by 60 into 2.11. So answer 313.11 radon per second you will get. So what we've had to find out is the stiffness of the spring. So omega n is nothing but root of k by m. Definitely k stiffness is equal to m into omega n square value. You will get approximately 1.9 kilonewton per centimeter. So that's the final answer. Thank you.